did I tell you about the liver? I gave you a great story that Trisha was on the edge of her seat. Chiron. Where is the liver?
In the right side, below of the ribs.
Here?
Yeah.
No.
No, right.
Where?
Here, yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay, the hígado. And the vulture,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it regenerates, but anger. Okay? The heart, joy, or when your husband walks out and you don't know where the hell he is,
that's happiness.
she lost her joy, so she had a heart attack.
What the heck? That's her happiness.
That's my happiness.
The spleen, where's the spleen?
The spleen is going to be above of the left kidney.
So
In lumbar region.
here, okay, so you, my friend Tanisha, have pain here, and there's anxiety, and what did we understand about her ankle? There is anxiety about perhaps choosing a path, which way to turn, okay? Lungs, sadness, we did a whole lung activity. And what is the lung related to? We did an entire class on the lungs. What do we do with the lung? We breathe.
But life, that's right.
It's life. And what did we talk about when children and parents, or Marcia said that she had flutters and one of you had a balloon?
Oh, when we feel from memories.
Yes, when we feel detached from something, detached from our life. And I said to her, do you feel that part of your life is this marriage, this stability in the home? She said, yes. Aniela lost her balloon or something like that.
Yeah.
And that was when she lost her life. Her balloon was deflated. I said, la pobre, those lungs are like, that's why she doesn't eat sweets. It's this whole area.
And he was like that.
Equal opportunity insulter I am. And then kidneys. And I've told you this before. So if clients come to my house and they sit down or they walk in and they have to pee, it's fear. Most of the time it's fear because they don't know what they're getting into. So the first question I ask 99.9% of my clients, because my clientele base is referral, do you know what we're doing today? And most of them say no, my sister said. And I'm like, right answer. So there's a fear in not knowing. So when they come in, I told you this, I ask them, did you get here okay? Do you want water? A lot of times I'll see if they bring their own bottle. A lot of people do. Or they'll say yes, or they'll say no, or they'll say no and then change their mind the minute they sit down. All of that is a message. But a lot of people will be like, oh my God, I had such a long trip. I need to pee. So you already sense that fear. When you have people that have the kidney issue, there is a fear. But on top of the kidneys, doctor, what do we have?
Adrenal glands.
The adrenal glands. And what is produced from the adrenal glands?
Adrenal glands is produce norepinephrine, epinephrine,
Cortisol?
but also cortisol in the cortex.
Okay, cortisol. And what does the cortisol do for us, doctora?
Mess with your life.
When it's out of whack.
Yeah.
So when I drink my coffee and I drink my caffeine, Diet Coke,
Yeah. Cortisol is killing you. Yeah.
what shock and what need is related to this?
The second,
No.
the third,
And what is the third need?
so forth. So
No, not chakra, the needs.
Validation.
Validation. And why do I need validation if I was born in this country? Because I have to get what? To the top and fast. And use all of my Mars masculine And so I need caffeine, and I need to be spazzy, because unless I'm moving and I trick my subconscious that I'm moving, I am not of worth. Validation, third need. Third chakra, self-worth. The little teeny tiny adrenal glands that a lot of people have issues with. Cortisol, 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 get them faster, faster, faster. And this we call sheep syndrome. The sheep in nature. Where's my flock? Where's my shepherd? Sheep are, they're scared. Fear. It's the kidney. And what do? They play dead so they don't get eaten by a wolf. Right? And they sit and wait and wait and wait for their shepherd and their flock to come back. So once you run out of energy, once you can't anymore, the cortisol and your adrenals are chupados. You go see doctor, and don't drink coffee, and don't drink Diet Coke, and do all these things, but you know that there's fear. I got lost from the flock.
Is that like?
I am afraid that no one will find me. I have no worth. My adrenals must be freaking this tiny. Because where's my flock? My husband left. My kids are leaving. I lost my home.
I don't have no one.
Nobody's gonna see me. Oh my God.
Is that also like with people that are? Cause I don't know what I have two friends of mine that they can't stay still in their life. Like they're constantly doing things, and then they have no time for nothing. They're very impatient. They're always in a rush. And then they're constantly like exhausted. But they keep going, and I'm like,
Yes, on coffee and pills
yeah,
and
they
shit.
they
of course.
drink like Monster, Red Bull all the time.
Yes, and it's fear of what?
Slowing
Well, yeah, I kind
It's
of know.
fear of what?
not reaching.
Not being validated, and there is a question there, and you just simply ask, what were the childhood values about first place? About competing? Did you have to be in competition with someone? Oh, what happened? Was there a race that you lost? Just saying. This isn't fucking hard, people. It all gets it together. Her friends have a Mercury and a Mars issue. How did I get that? Because you're looking like, what?
No, I'm saying like I'm like your friend, so I don't understand why I am, so now I'm looking at you. I'm waiting for the.
Don't try to hit on me.
Like one of them I know why, because she's.
But wait. Why is it Mercury and Mars?
Masculine, feminine.
No.
Mercury is androgynous. Mercury has no gender.
It's communication.
Oh, that's the veil one, right? Never mind.
Communication.
Fifth chakra,
It's like me again.
he's the veil. What's the story of Mercury? What is the story? If you know the story, you know the problem.
The only one that could go from the Olympus
Yeah.
to the.
He could only go to Olympus in the underworld. He was never here. That person or people have a problem with this plane, with the earth. So there has to be a first chakra issue. Has to be. Now you can ask, is it a first chakra issue because they had to survive? Is it a survival, a reptilian brain issue? Is it a protection, financial, sexual issue? Is it a breath issue? That's why I told you about the brain. But he could not sit still. His value was in keeping your masks on, go, wing sandals on the top of the chakra system, of the caduceus. And it's a Mars issue Because if you can't sit still and you have validation, you have more masculine energy. This person needs more yin, more Venus, more fourth chakra, less second and third chakra, or first chakra. And what they're doing is they're running from looking at the mirror, and what do I call that? Fofo? Fear of being found out. Because what happens when they find out that they're a piece of shit human like everybody else, and they're not special, and they weren't put on the earth to save the fucking world? What do we call that? No, not sad.
I'm sorry, looking at you.
Accepting our divinity
And humanity.
through
Humanity.
our humanity. I am human, so I don't have to be afraid that I'm not special, but I'm divine just like everyone else. Who knows the term namaste? What does namaste mean? Everyone know that term? Who has not heard the term namaste? Okay, there's a term namaste. You usually see people go like this and they say namaste. What was that? It's from the Hindu philosophy, of course, in yoga or Ayurveda or any of the Eastern sciences. What namaste means, remember, Eastern philosophy, where is God? Western philosophy, where is God?
No, everywhere but India.
Yeah, coming.
What? Everywhere but India.
Right, Western is outside of you, Eastern philosophy, it's in you. Namaste. I honor the God in you as you honor the God in me. That one word sums up Eastern philosophy. You are divine, I am divine, but you're wrapped in a bunch of shit, and I'm wrapped in a bunch of shit, but I see it, and you see me. But we're both divine and human. But we, Red Bull, Monster, Coke, coffee, because oh fuck, if I stop for a second on this earth, and I'm not wing sandals going up and down, you might figure out that I'm a piece of shit. And then what? If you find out I'm a piece of shit, I have to admit to myself I'm a piece of shit. I have to understand that my parents were a piece of shit, and then my Costco card doesn't work anymore. So, let me move and go. So I never have to discover that I'm not perfect and that I'm just human. I think I'm going to wrap up with this. There's a great book called Marrow. It's sad, but it's good. If you don't want to read about cancer and people dying, don't read it. And I'm going to tell you a story. This book was written by a woman named Elizabeth Lessard. There is a big institution in New York called the Omega Institute. And they bring all these type of lecturers and famous metaphysical people and spiritual authors and so forth. Elizabeth Lessard is one of the founders of the Omega Institute. So she wrote this book called Marrow because her sister was dying of cancer and there was a transplant through the bone marrow, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, she talks about, oh, we didn't get to the weight thing. We'll do it Tuesday.
I remember because I wrote it down.
Okay. Remind me about that, and I told you to write me about the numbers.
I did, I wrote it down.
Those two things I want to cover Tuesday. So, actually they correlate. So, she goes to, I think it's Thailand. And in Thailand, there's like little kiosquitos of food. Like in India. Street food. So she would go up to the little person with the little hat. And everyone in Thailand and India is like this. And she gets the little bowl and she's looking at the food and she goes, oh, is that mango? Same, but different. She goes to stioquido. Is that papaya? Same, but different. We are same, but different. We are all the same. But that little spark in you, that divine that I see, that you see, it is what makes you different. It is what makes you special. It is like no one else. You are divine in your own way. You come with your own mission and your own purpose. But you're wrapped in shit called organs and a body and ego and flesh, just like everybody else. And your little bit of different, which is divine, is no different than hers in terms of size. It's different because your mission might be to do airplanes, and hers might be to raise children. But that dharma, your purpose here, is for everyone has it. So everyone's divine is the same size, and it's wrapped in shit. And it's all equal. Now some people have more shit than others, depending on how much you want, and that's judgment, and that's that. But we are same, but different. And when she was writing about that, I was like, oh my God, this sums it up. It sums it up. We're all same, but we're different. Because the divinity in us, the little seed in that third chakra, for each of you is different. So there's no need to have to be fast, and then I'm going to get there on time because no one can do what you came to do. And it doesn't matter if you're 80, and it doesn't matter if you're 8. You're going to do it when you're going to do it, the way you have to do it, because that's what you're here to fucking do. So take your time, drink Coke, or drink caffeine-free soda. It doesn't matter. Take your time, or run with red sneakers. They do this thing. What is it that you say? You're in a hurry to die when you see people driving fast.
Oh yeah, everybody's rushing to get to the red light. Everybody
Rushing to get to
stops
the red
the
light.
same red
The
light.
red light is your freaking divinity.
Yeah, I got
You're
it.
gonna get there.
I got a ticket on the way.
Everybody gets to the red light and
You
everybody
get
has to
there,
wait.
people. You don't have to do anything.
Ticket on the way.
You're gonna be back at Kaiser for the 15th year. You're gonna get fucking back on Kaiser, and you're not gonna have to do anything. And here you are. It's amazing. So we get to calm down and maybe enjoy a little bit of the chaos, of the rules, love a little, fuck a little. But we freak out because we are power hungry and we're invalidated and we're told we're worthless and our parents didn't want us because when they saw the pregnancy test they said, oh fuck, and now the baby at the moment of the no one wants me, now I have to be. I'm here. So, yes?
Bruh, I can hear you through the wall.
So can everyone in the building, and you're nothing new. And everyone's used to it. Okay?
Paper
So when
thin
you
walls.
get over your psychological orgasm, and you realize that you're divine, and you realize that you're same but different, that you're divine and human all at once, just like Chiron, then you could just breathe, slow down, meditate under the Bodhi tree, eat your little rice, and go get enlightened. Have a nice weekend.
You too.